Przez politykę kadrową ministerstwa
As a result of the personnel policy of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the decision of Donald Tusk, Poland has lost its chance for a high position within the NATO structures. Finland, which is new to the alliance structures, is taking over. Why is the government pursuing a policy that bypasses the interests of its own country?
Naszego państwa dzisiaj sprawdza.
Finowie cieszą się bardzo z tego sukcesu.
The Finns, rejoicing at this success, emphasise that it is remarkable because they are actually getting a share in NATO's top leadership after only 1 year of membership.
W ścisłym kierownictwie paktu
It was Thomas Siatkowski who had a good chance to take the post of NATO Deputy Secretary General for Defence Investment, including arms purchases and army modernisation. At the same time, Minister Coordinator of Special Services Thomas Siemoniak questioned his credibility, suggesting that there were ambiguities about his security clearance, the process that gives him access to classified information.
Nigdy nie powinien zostać ambasadorem.
Siatkowski should never have become ambassador and should return to Warsaw as soon as possible. The Polish Prime Minister's statement on the matter was akin to pouring water on an oil fire.
Co gorsza, pojawiły się nawet.
To make matters worse, there were even suggestions that Mr. Siatkowski would be the president's candidate for one of the top NATO posts. And yes, there was a danger that he might have won. And as I understand it, you would all be happy to have someone questioned by your security services as the representative of important security and financial interests.
Zadowoleni.
To nie ma wątpliwości, że pan Donald Tusk.
There is no doubt that Mr. Donald Tusk made a decision aimed at preventing the representation of Poland in NATO. This was the intention behind the elimination of Mr. Siatkowski. Everyone knows that Mr. Siatkowski is one of the most outstanding Polish people involved in matters of military capabilities. What really happened?
w pewnym momencie już po zmianie kierownictwa.
At some point, already after the change of leadership, a signal was sent to the Polish Post about one of the candidates that it would be undesirable for him to win this competition. This alone would mean that the chances of both candidates would be ruined, because the headquarters and the Secretary General think that this is some kind of political dispute in which it does not wish to get involved. As a result of this political revenge, the NATO Secretary General has appointed Tarja Jaakkola as Assistant Secretary General for Defence Investment. The Finn will take up her new post on the 2nd of September. And at a time of war on its eastern flank, NATO needs to increase member states' defence spending. President Andrzej Duda's call was backed by the current frontrunner in the US presidential race.
I'll insist that every NATO nation must spend at least 3%. You have to go up to 3%. 2% is the steal of the century, especially when we're paying for it. You know, we pay for them.
Ta decyzja pana prezydenta Trumpa.
This decision by President Trump is part of a joint policy with Polish President Andrzej Duda. They discussed it at a joint meeting in the United States a month ago.
Z działania pana profesora Dudy.
At a time of real threats across its eastern border, security and influence on security policy within NATO are key issues for the Polish state. The Tusk government seems to prioritize political revenge over these existential issues. Edyta Holdinska, TV Republika.